Alright guys, welcome back. This video is just going to look at substituting positive and negative numbers. Really important that you remember that two positives or two negatives makes a positive, and a positive and a negative or a negative and a positive makes a negative. Okay, so when you have those two double symbols, or when they're multiplied or divided by each other, they become either of those two outcomes. Okay, so let's put a few questions into practice, but when we substitute such things. So let's say a is equal to -4 and b is equal to -5. Okay, so if we've got a plus b, we're going to have -4 plus -5. Okay, really important that you substitute everything as is, and then you can kind of simplify things afterwards. If you're trying to cut corners too soon and too fast, you might make some mistakes. So positive and a negative makes a negative, and you really need to know which direction you're going. So we're starting with a negative, and then we're going further into the negatives, okay? And so then we finish off with -9. Really important that you don't make the mistake that, oh, because we got two negatives, it makes a positive. Your positives and negatives rules is very different when you multiply and divide compared to adding and subtracting. So again, things that have been covered in the past, please make sure that you revise over that. Okay, using the same variables, we'll try 3a b plus 4. Okay, so again, a is -4, b is -5. So we got 3. We've got 3 times -4 on the outside, and then we got -5 plus 4 on the inside. So we're dealing with brackets. Make sure that we deal with everything in the brackets first. -5 plus 4 leaves us with -1. And then that is multiplied to -4. Okay. And that is also then multiplied to 3. So -4 times -1. Negative times a negative is a positive. And then 3 times 4 is equal to 12. All right. And let's say if we had p is equal to, I might do this in a different color. If p is equal to -2 and q is equal to -3, then let's work out this one, which looks a little bit more complicated, and hopefully you know some of these symbols. Alright, so that little squared symbol means it's p times p, anything multiplied by itself. Know that it's a negative of it. So this is where we need to make sure that we follow everything, we substitute everything as is. So this is the way I would do it. 3 outside of, so minus in brackets, okay, p, which is -2, times q, which is -3. And then we're going to subtract, okay, p in brackets, which is -2 squared, okay, and then I'm going to close brackets. Now that looks really, really weird, but I'll explain to you why. Because the -2 here, which is p, that is squared, not this minus p. Okay, so I'm just wanting to make sure that things are collected properly in its position, and to make sure that we don't apply the wrong rules and operations to certain terms. So p is -2, and we're going to square that. So -2 squared is 4. Then we want the negative of whatever that was squared. which is now minus 4. Okay, now in this case here, we want the negative of P times Q. And P times Q is minus 2 times minus 3. Negative times a negative is a positive. So we have 6. And we want the negative of that, so we want minus 6. I'm going to reintroduce the brackets just to tidy things up. Notice that I haven't done anything at the bottom yet, which I will do now. So Q is minus 3 plus 2 times minus 2, which is minus 4. Okay, all right, so let's bring this over here. Minus 6 minus 4 is minus 10. And then at the bottom, positive and a negative put together is a negative. And so minus 3 minus 4 is minus 7. Okay, 3 times minus 10 is going to be minus 30 divided by minus 7. Now, a negative divided by negative is going to be a positive. So what we could do is we can actually cancel out the negatives and just leave it at 30 divided by 7. If the question asks you to put it into a mixed fraction, then what we could do is we'll say 7 goes into 30 4 times, so 28, and leaving us 2/7 left over. So that's our mixed number. Alrighty. So hopefully that helps you guys with positive, negative numbers. Make sure, I guess I left you with a very complicated one, but just to highlight that you need to be really careful and you take every single step slowly. Got any questions? Let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.